Hello, friends. This is me, Donna, coming to you again with my lifestyle changes and my weight loss journey. Since the last time we were together, which was about 2 weeks ago, I had told you I lost 1 pound, actually 2 pounds in 1 week, and I was down to 176 pounds from 178 pounds from September 23rd. That's correct, September 23rd. So now I went on that detox that I wanted to do, and I lost an additional 5 pounds. It was a little setback after I stopped the detox because I was craving a lot of salt. And the detox was a lot of smoothies, protein powder. I'm not particularly fond of protein powder, so I ended up eating some things with salt in it. So I gained a couple pounds back. So now I am down to 171 again, and I have lost 2 inches off my waist and 1 inch off my arms. So I am back in the saddle, and I'm on my journey again. So what I want to share with you today is lifestyle changes that will benefit everyone, such as diabetics, people with heart disease, high blood pressure. Of course, you have to check with your physician. I want to talk about this journey, the changes. You might not be interested in losing weight, but of course, all of us could, use a weight loss or lifestyle change in the way we eat. Sometimes we eat a lot of carbs. We may be thin, but we eat a lot of carbs. We maybe have high blood pressure and eat a lot of sodium, but we may be thin. So, those are some of the changes that I'd like to talk about. I'd like to also talk about my garden, which is on the end because it's coming fall, as well as the business that I started, which is my medical marijuana business. The medical marijuana business, as a nurse practitioner, I can prescribe or make recommendations for people who have qualifying conditions to get a medical marijuana card here in Connecticut. We all know that it has been legalized in Connecticut and in other states. However, dispensaries that are open currently is open for medical marijuana purposes only and not for recreational use. Recreational use is mostly for those who are interested in smoking, but for medical purposes, there are plenty of people who can't smoke because they may have asthma. Some people may have heart disease and are not able to smoke, and some people may just not like to smoke. They may not even like the smell of it because it does smell. So there are different methods of delivery, and I will be talking about that as we go along this lifestyle change and my weight loss journey, our weight loss journey. So what I want to talk to you about today is the water. And I have with me my trusted water bottle. Yes, some of you have asked where I got this from, and I got this from Amazon. I have no affiliations with Amazon, but I did find it from them, and it was quite useful. So that's where I got it from. I also want to talk about, sorry for turning away from the camera, but I also want to talk about some types of preparations in foods that we can incorporate for those people who can't do an intermittent fast. An intermittent fast is you stop eating after a certain time, whether it be 5 o'clock, which I choose to do, or for some people it's 6, some people it's 7 o'clock at night, and they don't eat again until the next morning, which would be at maybe 12 noon. For me, it's 12 noon. I find for me, it works better when I don't eat after 5 and I start my first meal at 12 noon. So the last time we were here, a couple of people did text me and ask me, what's the recipe that you gave about that the fruit and vegetable medley, where you get your servings of fruit and vegetable. I will have that in the description link for anyone who's interested in it. But that will provide you throughout the day, because you can eat it and you can break your fast at 12, and you can have your fruit and your vegetable. You don't have to prep your fruit separately and your vegetables separately. You have your fruit and your vegetables, and you're eating it throughout the day. 9 servings of fruit and vegetable. It's good for a lot of things. It's good for a nice clean bowel, because you need the fiber and the roughage. You know, it helps with preventing some forms of colon cancer. So, you know, those are some of the benefits of having your daily fruits and vegetables. And as many men and African American men and women, they are more prone to having colon cancer. And by the time you start having some symptoms, such as bleeding, it's a little too late at that point. It's far advanced. So that's one of the description. I will put it in the link. The other thing is, for some people who are diabetics or people who are on high blood pressure medications, and they are not allowed, or they cannot wait until 12 noon to start their first meal, I have a recipe for you. And remember, this is not a cooking channel, but I will be happy to share my recipes. Now I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that I have. I got this tomato from my garden, and I call it the conjoined tomato. Look at this. Isn't it great? I put it in the refrigerator just so I can show it to you when I am taping. I mean, look at this. Only God could do something like this. Isn't this amazing how it's together and it's edible? And let me tell you, it's really, really delicious. I had another one. I have this one also. It's like a purple tomato. You don't see this in the stores. This is in the garden, from my garden, from our garden, yours and mine. And I have an eggplant. I just got one eggplant, but this is our first garden. We didn't have a garden when we came in, and we did our raised beds because of my back. And as a result, you know, I'm able to reach. I don't have to bend down low. And speaking of my back, since I've lost some of that weight, my back pain has improved. And I am starting to run a little bit more in the gym. I'm not running for like a mile straight, but I couldn't run before because my knee was giving out. It was always painful. So losing some of this weight that I've lost thus far, that we've lost thus far, is beneficial to me and my back as well as my knee. So let's go to my trusted knife. Remember, I'm not a chef, and I got this from my sister in Bermuda, who owns a restaurant in Bermuda. It's called Yardie Kitchen. And if you go there and you mention my name, if you go on vacation, it's really a beautiful place, and you, oops, I almost cut myself. If you go there and you mention my name, Donna, you'll get a discount, or you may even get a whole meal for free. Who knows? I think you will. So I bought cilantro, tomatoes from the garden. This is not from the garden. I purchased this. And these are portobello mushrooms. To me, they taste a little beefy. It's really good. So what I'm going to do is turn my stove on. Just change this around a little bit so you can see the pot. And while this is heating up, I'm going to, oh, I forgot my onion. My onion. So, cutting up the onion. And this is for breakfast, but you can definitely have it any time of the day, and I have it with one slice of bread in the morning for breakfast. So I'm cutting the onions. I should have actually prepped this before. Again, this is not a cooking channel, and I'm not a chef, but I like to cook. And if you have any recipes that you're interested in sharing with me that has worked for you, please let me know. I am more than willing, and I am happy to try any recipe. So I just want to let you know that drinking a gallon of water is not the norm for most people. Some people don't even like water. But it really is good for your kidney, for your liver, to flush you out. And what I tend to do is I don't just take water from the tap. Let me just adjust this a little bit. I don't take water from the tap. I actually have a filter, and my Brita, and I have a zero filter with it. And with that, I get zero water, all the chemicals and all the stuff that's not good for you. I filter it out, and I'm drinking it, and I'm able to drink my water. Sometimes I don't make my gallon, but doesn't mean I'm not drinking. I'm drinking water on the outside. If I'm out, running out, and I grab a bottle of water with me, I drink it. But sometimes I actually drink more than a gallon of water. So here I'm using my olive oil. I'm using about a tablespoon. You know, I was told to make mention of the measurements. I usually don't measure things, but for those who like to be precise, I will do the measurement. Okay, I've cut up some of the onions already, and I'm going to throw that into the pot. Let me just show you. So you want to cook the onions where it's translucent, meaning it's just clear. It doesn't look totally white like it does now. And all of these things I've already cleaned before, so no worries. So at the gym, what I've been doing is I have been running, walking, as well as lifting weights. I don't use the free weights. I'm not there yet, but I have been using the machines, and I honestly feel better. I look forward to running now, which I didn't before. I didn't like running, even though I grew up running track. I just wasn't into it anymore. So now I'm cutting my tomatoes. All of these tomatoes came from the garden, and they are really delicious. They're sweet. I usually don't eat tomatoes just straight. It has to have some kind of dressing, but it actually tastes sweet, almost like a cherry. So while that is cooking, I'm cutting up the rest of and this is really simple. Cutting up the rest of the tomatoes, and I'm just cutting it in half, only because I want the juices from the tomatoes to seep through. And they're grape tomatoes, so they don't need to be chopped up. This recipe, I kind of fell upon it myself. I didn't know what to eat one day, and I had mushrooms. I like mushrooms. For those of you who don't like mushrooms, you can substitute it with, say, spinach, or in our garden we have kale. We have one type of kale, but I've gotten on a garden swap, I've gotten a different type of kale. which is really good. And it was free and organic. So now I'm chopping up my cilantro. You don't have to chop it up small, just cut it in two. And now the portobello mushroom. What I have also that I'm going to be using with the portobello mushroom is a little kikkoman soy sauce. I won't use any salt, but I'll use a little bit of black pepper. So the onion, nice and cooked. And I will throw in the rest of my ingredients because the onion is the part that gets a little, wow. And remember, my kitchen is kind of tiny. We moved in here about 9 months ago. I still can't find a lot of things. My pots are still in boxes, and I'm still lost. So bear with me. Be generous, be kind, be patient. And now I'm just cooking this, stirring it around. And this really doesn't take very long. Cilantro is your green. This is all vegetable. It's your green. It's your fruit and vegetable. The tomato is considered a fruit, but it's also a vegetable because it has seeds. And my other vegetable is my mushroom. So I'm getting, if I eat this, and 9 servings of fruit and vegetable doesn't mean you chop up 9 pieces of fruit, like an apple, an orange, a mango, pear, some grapes, carrots, cucumber, and pears and peaches. You don't want to just do that and then eat it, all of it, just eat it in one serving and say, hey, I got my 9 servings of fruit and vegetable. No, 9 servings of fruit and vegetable is throughout the day. So you're not eating it in one sitting. That's not it. You have to eat it maybe at something with breakfast, a little snack, then lunch, a little snack, then dinner, maybe another snack. But you're having like maybe 2 of each at the same time. So, which is why I think the fruit and vegetable medley is so amazing, because it's everything in one. You can scoop it up in a bowl and you're on your way. Okay, so now my curcumin soy sauce, and I'm just gonna put in about 2 teaspoons. You can use the capful. Again, I don't measure because I grew up cooking with my mom, and she was an excellent cook. Plus my sister's a chef in Bermuda. Her name is Sharon. And she definitely, she measures everything, but she doesn't have to because she's good at it. And summertimes I used to visit in Bermuda and I watched what they did. I used to enjoy working in the kitchen, just working the register. I enjoyed going there in the summertime for our summer breaks. And I learned a lot. I learned how to make patties and, cook different things. Plus, I have given them some recipes. And they have used some of my recipes and they're still using them. So I guess I'm not so bad. A little pepper, seasoned to taste. Some people don't like pepper. Whatever you don't like, just eliminate it. Don't forget, we're in this together. We are doing this together. You and me and all of us. And also, I'm asking you, don't forget to subscribe, to hit the like button, hit the notification button, and give me a thumbs up. I need this. It's been encouraging, the motivation. I've been thinking of different ways to come back, to tell you my progress. I just don't want to disappoint anyone, especially myself. And I thank you again for the encouragement. I'm going to get a slice of bread, and we're going to try this together. Sorry for that. I should have been prepared with the bread. So, I'm getting my bowl. Whole wheat bread. That's all I eat. Every now and again I may have King Hawaiian, which is, you can't really mess up with King Hawaiian, or you can, but every now and again I do it. Don't forget to turn your stove off. Here we go. Doesn't this look delicious? You know, I really wish you were here to enjoy it with me, but unfortunately, you can't. But you can try it. Again, thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for all you subscribers. Tell your friends and your loved ones to follow me on YouTube, and they can learn something new about weight loss journey, eating differently, eating better, or lifestyle changes. And if they are having certain types of pain, maybe cancer pain, chronic pain that's been going on for more than 6 months, you know, they can reach out to me if they live in Connecticut, and based on their requirements and whatever it is that they need per the state of Connecticut, if they meet that requirements, I can certify them in medical marijuana. Until next time, everyone, continue to stay strong, stay on the path, and be well. Bye.